I would say that form is how something appears to you versus what it does. I think that influenced me to always create things that are functional. The first kind of application of form comes through in what the canvas is. It's always that X factor at the end. That's what brings it all together and creates balance, creates harmony. And I think in my personal work, that's what I try to convey. You know, there's kind of the basics of what different shapes can mean, and these are probably the things that I bet if you Googled them, it would just be something along the lines of, you know, like a triangle is stable, or a circle is endless, like things like that. And I think those are things that I like to keep in mind, but I keep them in mind in order to kind of break or stretch those rules. When I'm designing specifically, I'm thinking about the audience from before I begin to after the project is over. I think having a knowledge of what at the core these basic forms can do for the emotion or the message of a design is really important, because we can use that in such a kind of subliminal way to get someone to feel something. If you want to connect with humans, then adding that human touch creates kind of like a stronger line between us all, I think. In my work, I'm really interested in organic forms. I kind of love how they bring us closer to each other as people. I think something that has a sort of a regularity about it, or something that maybe is inspired by nature, just kind of brings us closer to the design and therefore the designer or the message, is a big inspiration for why I pull in organic forms into my work. Things are changing in terms of how visible individuals are to other people, but also to brands. I've found that we get sought out for our personal styles because it gives them some assurance of what they're going to get, and maybe they align with my personal style. And so it feels like a good fit, which makes a lot of sense. They could say 100 things about what they need and are certain the brand needs to be, and there would still be a way to kind of wiggle around and deliver something that they didn't expect, but still meets like all those boundaries. My motivating energy comes from thinking that someone is going to be able to see this and totally get what we're trying to say. I don't have kind of like a textbook definition, but I have a lot of kind of real world experience of how to apply form in a way that speaks to hopefully anybody, or at least like culturally whatever audience that I'm trying to design for. That's something that I have to stay informed on and kind of like alter how I produce work and how I perceive form so that I can speak to those people.